especially about Tulsi Gabbard, but not about Patel for the reasons that we're talking about. So, you know, I talked to a Trump transition official last night who says that they're really not concerned with many of their nominees at the moment, and feel like their approach, especially with Hegseth, of fighting his detractors has really been effective.
Coming up, by one measure, Syria just traded a ruthless dictator for a designated terrorist. Richard Haas weighs in on how the White House is managing that. That's straight ahead on Morning Joe.
You didn't get where you are playing it safe. You seek opportunities others don't. Your growing ambition needs a partner built for growth.
It sounded supportive of Assad and very concerned that even Russian media, and the New York Times is talking about it right now, the land of sand and death. The disruptions in Syria puts Tulsi Gabbard in the center of the spotlight. Hard for me to believe.
Things that are flagged along the way. I mean, there's the reason an FBI lawyer went to jail for a lot.
Is life-changing. You can create opportunities
and inspire the next generation.
The ultra-low, easy step helps keep you safe from having to climb over those high-wall shower they relieve pain.
Want a gent?
With the MSNBC app, read.
We are talking about
A mentor.
Or become one.
Wait, can I do both?
The FBI is investigating the matter, and now the Pentagon is even weighing in. NBC News correspondent Gadi Schwartz has the latest.
In the skies above New Jersey, trying to get to the bottom of a mysterious wave of SUV-sized drone sightings that so far have proved impossible to identify or to stop.
The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
It's not an airplane.
Reports of mysterious drones and lights in the sky are growing. From over the warships of the answers from the FBI.
I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights.
Those who have sent drones up to give chase, like local sheriff's departments, say they've never been able to see where they come from or where they land. Mine Hill Mayor Sam Morris chased this one down in his car and thinks the military should consider shooting them down. He says 11 drones have flown over a military site in New Jersey recently.
Those drones should have been blown out of the sky. Why are we putting up with this?
And as more people start to look up at the night sky, the FBI is asking anyone with credible video to send them in for analysis.
It's 2024. Are you telling me in this day and age somebody can fly drones of this size, the size of a car if not bigger, and we have no idea who's doing it?
For now, yet another growing mystery in the sky.
So Willie, they're flying them over Langley. They're flying them over nuclear plants. They're flying them over military facilities. I'm just a simple country lawyer, but I wouldn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, what's striking is how no one actually appears to know what on earth is going on. And I'm going to quote the New York Post, who talks to a high-ranking New Jersey police source saying, quote, "We're all befuddled as to what the F is going on."
Oh my God.
End quote. Nobody has an answer to what these, and these are not, as I say earlier, these are not, nobody got these at Radio Shack and is flying them out of the backyard. These are massive drones.
Well, I mean, again, where are they from? I mean, certainly it's not from the Pentagon, right? Because they're not going to be flying over military bases or other things. I mean, it could be, Richard Haas, you tell us. I mean, foreign powers would have the ability to do that. So why in the world?
Well, where would they, though, take off from or something like that? I would think it's more likely from here given their limited range, but your basic point is right. We ought to just have stipulated, if you will, no drone zones over any potentially sensitive site. That's not complicated.
Coming up, President-elect Donald Trump is Time's Person of the Year for 2024. We'll talk about the process behind that selection when Time's editor-in-chief brings the conversation in the 4th hour of Morning Joe.
Your consumer cellular tower.
I didn't know they built towers.
They don't. Consumer Cellular uses the same towers as Big Wireless, but then passes the savings on to you.
So I get the same fast nationwide coverage if I switch?
Yep, save you money for something else. Speaking of, I ordered us some Thai food. Thank you. Oh, shoot.
I'll go get it.
Pretty high up here, isn't it?
For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage and your second month free, call Consumer Cellular.
Harry and David is small batch, gourmet, and delicious. So, of course, they run out fast. Whether you want to say thank you, I love you, or just happy holidays, send something special, beautiful, and delicious. Order your Harry and David favorites now, before they're gone.
My moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now, I have Skyrizi.
Now, Florida, like for example, we did a partnership with Feeding South Florida, an incredible organization that feeds the needy. We have this huge truck that travels all around South Florida, feeding people. We've had lines of cars, up to 500 cars, where we distribute food to them on a monthly basis.
So Jeff, you know, the clip we played there, I mean, there's a lot of animals that when we think of endangered,
a lot of harm to workers as well as consumers. This is like the perfect example of what he has promised. I'm going to let corporations do whatever the hell they want. And if that produces a merged Albertson Kroger's, that will almost certainly result in prices being increased. You'll also have them increased, of course, due to the tariffs and all of that, but none of this looks like the interests of regular Americans, even regular conservatives or Republicans, have anything to do with this. But in Trump's defense, he's never hidden the fact that he's going to let corporations do what they want. He runs on cutting their taxes. He runs on ending regulation. He's been super clear that his cabinet is going to be packed with people who come from these industries, who benefit from deregulation of these industries. And that's what he's doing here, even if it produces a lot of suffering for the American people, including his voters.
So just ask anybody who support this guy this one question. So, okay, if you've got a record-breaking number of billionaires in your cabinet, and then you've got someone you're bringing in that will make mergers, the ability to merge, a lot easier. And Wall Street, as I'm reading right here, is eager for this type of stuff. And then they're going to pitch this as the economy is so great because more uber rich people are uber rich people. That's going to be what we just buy as success. Well, all the bad things that could come from these policies, they'll write off as good things. Because again, the most important thing for this regime is to tell people that up is down, left is right, night is day, and they'll believe it no matter what the reality is in their world. So it just doesn't matter. And everything I say about these guys, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But like, if you're a MAGA person, what if any of this is for you? Like, what if let's see. Well, you know, one trans lawmaker can't use the bathroom they want, so that's good. You got that, I suppose. And Adam Schiff might get locked up. So I guess you're fine. I guess your family will breathe easy, food will be affordable because of that, as they hand over money to billionaires.
Here I am, Nancy Pelosi, saying this country needs a strong Republican Party, and we do.
No one is representing what I call the silent majority, which is about 2/3 of this country, indisputably progressive.
But now we say the time has come for regime change in American television.
The Young Turks Network.
You know, you have the Young Turks saying this is the time to fight for our values.
Young Turks is the oldest black media institution I believe that there is. Real front runner in the online media space.
Everybody knows.
Biggest online left-of-center outlet that exists.
All of you know the Young Turks?
People from the district heard about this as Democrats while watching your show.
Thanks to the Young Turks for covering Trayvon Martin's case. Early on, few people were covering.
They don't stop, I won't stop. Racism won't stop, so I won't stop.
Of going extinct, major media outlets did not dedicate much time at all to that.
We reached a whole heap of people with our progressive message. We're not the Young Turks. You're the Young Turks.
This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel, the secret to juicy, long-lasting, deep hydrated skin.
To survive the danger above, you have to master the danger down below. You're going to need more than a life vest to brave these waters. Deep Water Lift, tonight at 10, all weekend starting at 2 on the Weather Channel.
This isn't Melissa, your IT admin.
It's an attacker with access to your company's most privileged information. Secure your most valuable assets with intelligent privilege controls from CyberArk.
Protect your vehicle with peak original equipment technology. Our formulas match the vehicle manufacturer's technology requirements so that we have the perfect match for every vehicle.
Anyway, let's turn to one more story to close out the hour and start with this.
I've been watching this unfold, and I believe it's the beginning of a political movement. But what I'm more concerned about is we've seen the left push for socialized medicine for years. You know, Bernie Sanders had Medicare for all. I hope this doesn't turn into where they take this guy they're praising, right? And make him some sort of hero that they all worship, and then pick up the mantra and move it and go after other people.
Oh no, everybody, she's worried about that. Don't do that. Don't use this. Regardless of what you think about the crime, I think it's horrendous and shouldn't happen. But she's worried that people will once again start to talk about and think about, hey, maybe we could have a better, healthcare industry, health insurance industry in America. Maybe a better system is possible. Maybe dozens of other countries already have that system and have had it for decades. Maybe us, the best, richest country in the history of countries, could do the same thing that so many other countries have done. And
I'm gonna force it to take a different road here because
she has previously reviewed the show on Twitter, but I kind of called for this exact thing yesterday on the show, and so is this what people will do? I don't know. This really does seem like a sort of galvanizing moment for a lot of Americans. Their rage at this industry is palpable, and so I don't know if it's going to lead to that movement, but I'm certainly going to try to help it get there. I called yesterday for that's what the midterms, that's what the 2028 presidential election should be about. She's terrified of it because never forget, for all of her down-home folksyism or whatever, she's a multi-millionaire. She's a rich person. She's never going to be worried about paying for her health care or whatever. It's you and I that might end up facing a little bit of trouble in that area. And so a lot of Americans do want the government to ensure health care coverage, and not just lefties, plenty of independents and conservatives want it too. And so if the Democrats are smart enough to put up a candidate who's actually going to push for that, they might find themselves winning quite handily in 2028.
Listen, this fake populism that MAGA and Donald Trump pushed for these years, this obvious fake populism that's now turning into a cabinet full of billionaires, they're going to expect their populism. They're wondering where their populism is going to be. So if you don't deliver any of this populism that you keep saying that you were all about, you're going to find that people are now sounding a lot like this guy with wily white hair named Bernie Sanders. I want to know what these people who are talking about this whole situation with this murdered CEO and the celebration behind Luigi Mangione. All right? Did I say that right? Mangione, that's right. All the people surrounding about it to finally say, I think we were wrong about Bernie Sanders all those years. The things that he was saying when he said he's crazy and I can't believe he wants to take my tax dollars and put it towards actually us living longer. Weird how that works. Maybe at least accept that was the point the whole time. And now that they say, the left and the right, everybody all across the political spectrum agreed on this. If they agree on it, let's go ahead and nail it down then. And so people like Elon Musk, people like Marjorie Green, and eventually people who haven't talked about this so much, like Donald Trump, are going to have to realize this fake populism, they believe your BS. If you don't deliver, if you keep saying these corporate things and applying these billionaires to it, they're not going to be very happy with you.
I love it. Like if you like fake populism, wait until you get a load of real populism. Actually, will deliver. And really fast, let's just go to Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh have both, again, they're uber wealthy. They're paid by billionaires. They're fine. They're never going to worry about this. So they assume everyone else will line up with them and be like, these evil lefties are, they're being so bad with this. And
bad lane change.
Insurance industry, Matt Walsh got the same thing. Call me a leftist, then one said. More than just the left. Being PO'd at the healthcare system is not a left-wing thing.
Changing fucking lanes, you
That's
stupid
what we've
piece
been
of
saying
shit.
since 20.
Bad lane change.
people who have been super clear in what they want out of their government. Okay, we unfortunately are done with the first hour. We have more to come in the aftermath of JR, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Alexander has the latest.
This morning, President-elect Trump is celebrating Christopher Wray's resignation as FBI director, posting, "It's a great day."
Co-author, best-selling, best-selling book of documentary history of the United States. Beautiful stuff, great creative, great mind, brilliant individual. He's going to talk to us about how the hell do we get through this holiday season talking about politics around the dinner table. Is it even possible? Dear brother, thanks for being on the show. How are you?
Thank you, sir. I'm well.
All right. What information, what advice do you have for me, Gus? For a guy like myself, this is going to be a tough one for me. So you tell us, how do we do this?
Well, keep people fed and entertained. Don't make them wait too long for the turkey and gravy or honey ham, whatever you have in store for them. I've traveled around the country the past 2 years interviewing Republican and Democratic senators and governors. The most conservative, the most liberal, somewhere in between. And what I found was that there is a centered humanity in all of our collective heritage. If you humanize it and make politics about something that is sincere to you, that's authentic to you, whether that's what's going on in your neighborhood, the quality of your health insurance, whether there are carcinogens in the local pond or stream, or whether you feel confident in the tap water in your sink. All these things are about politics, fundamentally about humanity. And it's certainly easy to get entrapped in conservative versus liberal, Trump versus Biden, Democrat versus Republican. But there's a time for that, which is the electoral season, and then there's a time for governing. And now is going to be a time for governing with the new Congress and an opportunity to think in a forward-looking, constructive way. And that's what you have to do with your family and friends too. If you want a constructive outcome, you need a constructive process.
You've been doing this for years, starting the journey in 2008, talking to people on both sides of the political aisle, people kind of in between as well. This is a directed question about how do you start the conversation, because truthfully, it's going to be very difficult to have authentic conversations with people in your family who are coming in from different states, different experiences, right? And trying to avoid the conversation probably makes things even more awkward than just having something straight out. We don't care about disagreement. What we care about is when it becomes, uncivil, right?
Right. And there are different types of friends, family, and communities. Some place a premium on political discussion or public affairs.
Let's start with the breaking news. For the last few days, there's been a killer on the loose in America. Well, there's actually tons of killers on the loose in America, but this one killed someone important, so they were really looking for him. And personally, I'm glad they found him yesterday. Call me old-fashioned, but I think murdering people in cold blood by shooting them in the back is wrong. So I'm glad that this ice-cold assassin is off the streets. Let's find out more about his dark and mysterious past.
Police officially charging 26-year-old Luigi Mangione.
Whoa, hold on. What? The assassin's name is Luigi Mangione? Did they find him hiding in a big pipe? I'm kidding. The cops were able to locate him after following the trail of fettuccine Alfredo leading out of Central Park. It's okay, I can make fun of Italians because Italians annoy the shit out of me, but fine. He's Italian. Does that mean he's a criminal? Probably, but what evidence do they have that this is the guy?
According to court records, the suspected killer had 3D printed ghost gun on him, several fake IDs, $8,000 in cash, and a 3-page handwritten manifesto.
Okay, that's a lot of evidence. What else did they find on him? Was he wearing a t-shirt that said, "I shot a CEO and all I got is this lousy t-shirt"? Also, are they sure that New Jersey ID was fake? I feel like if your name is Luigi Mangione, you're born with a New Jersey ID, it just slides out with you like the placenta. But we can't give all the credit to the Altoona police just because they caught him. Because the NYPD, well, they did their part too. They were scouring the city for days. They were looking in the bushes. They looked on some other bushes. Here they're standing on a rock. Hey, should I look in that bush? Yeah, I don't want to do that. New York's finest. Don't get me wrong. They didn't spend the whole time barely looking in the bushes.
The breakthrough in the case came as police divers continued to search a lake in New York's Central Park for items dumped by the assassin.
Great work. They're like, hey, you guys looking for the killer? We're going to see if he wished on any lucky pennies down here. Hey, did the killer use a gun? Because we found 5,000 of them down here. So now that we know who the suspect is, it's time for society to indulge in its favorite pastime, obsessing over every detail about this guy's life like he's a K-pop idol.
Mangione comes from a prominent Maryland family, which owns multiple country clubs in the state.
He was valedictorian at his graduation from a $40,000 a year private school with a carnation in his buttonhole.
Oh, a carnation in his buttonhole. Not like one of those peasants who fills his buttonholes with buttons, I guess. But see, this is why I don't want to send my kids to private school, because if they become a murderer someday, that tuition, what a waste of money, right? And that's why I support public education. Thank you. That didn't get the response I anticipated, but that's okay. It's surprising that he comes from such a privileged background. He's not really the kind of guy you'd expect to become a murderer. I mean, I expect him to crash the housing market, but not kill a guy. So we know he was privileged. He was apparently smart, but were there any other clues that something might be going wrong?
He spent time in Hawaii at a co-living space during 2022 and 2023. And two people who knew Mangione during that time say that he was dealing with frequent back pain due to an injury. One added that Mangione started a book club, but several members left due to discomfort over what he chose to read. An online book review from January of this year, apparently written by Mangione, praises some of the writings of the Unabomber Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, you know, this is a classic mistake. You never want to start your book club with the Unabomber. I mean, you kick it off with some Sally Rooney, then a little Jonathan Franzen, then when everybody's like, we're so bored, that's when you hit them with the mail bomb stuff, okay? But if you're looking for something that will make you a hit with your book club, try this one. Lucky Loser. Adventures in Tennessee County by me, Michael Costa. This is an actual, real book that I wrote, and it's available to pre-order now for the holidays. Consider it my manifesto for wanting your money. So his medical issues could have been a motivation. The Ted Kaczynski love could have been a red flag. And recently there was something else raising alarm bells.
Mangione was in regular contact with friends and family until about 6 months ago when he suddenly and inexplicably stopped communicating with them.
In July, a friend messaged him on X, "Hey man, I need you to call me. You made commitments to me for my wedding, and if you can't honor them, I need to know so I can plan accordingly."
Yeah. Sorry, bro, but Luigi was busy planning the most important day of his life, okay? But this is a good reminder. When you get mad at someone for not responding, be kind. You never know what they're going through. They might be planning an assassination. But now this guy's been arrested, and normally, most people believe that getting a suspected killer off the streets is a good thing. That's not exactly what happened this time.
Surging support on social media for murder suspect Luigi Mangione. The hashtag #FreeLuigi trending worldwide.
Y'all saying murderer, I'm saying freedom fighter.
The comments posted in reaction to the CNN news post, brutal. McDonald's employees snitched on a working class hero, 251 likes. I hope someone creates a GoFundMe for his legal defense. Not all heroes wear capes, some wear backpacks. Does he need someone to corroborate his alibi? Because I got him.
Yes, these horrible comments should never be repeated, and now let me read all of them slowly on national television. Look, I understand that we all hate insurance companies. I happen to think America needs free, universal health care funded by taxes. But shooting a real human in the back is not heroic, and it's not going to get people what they want. And if you want real change, well, we have to realize that comes from a lot of people working together, doing a lot of small things, organizing, educating, voting for politicians who will actually pass universal health care. And that might not be exciting or thrilling or sexy, but if you want that, why don't you pick up a copy of my new book, Lucky Loser? It's available for pre-order now, and it's inspired 0 murders so far. Now, there is one other reason this guy's built such a fan base. He's a total snack.
And also, let's not get around the fact a lot of people find the man attractive, and so that has become his whole thing.
Hot felon? I don't know.
There was talks about how some people were saying he was an attractive-looking killer.
So much of the clips we were watching at the top of this segment are driven by the fact that this is an attractive.
We got to drop the banner.
And it is deeply troubling that we are celebrating this person.
I love how CNN is like, I can't believe people are romanticizing this monster control room. Can we zoom in on his giant dong? My question is he really even that hot? I mean, take away the hair and the abs, the face, the arm, that easy smile, the way his eyes light up. I'm sorry, what are we talking about? Syria? What are we talking? Oh, we're talking about the guy with the incredible abs. I know everyone's getting all horned up because he's got muscles, but that's not what makes a man. You know what does? Providing for your family. Watching most of a documentary, thinking about Googling a charity you heard about. That's masculinity, all right? Thank you. Now, for more on the case, let's go live to the Manhattan DA's office with Ronnie Chang. What's the latest?
Well, Michael, we're slowly learning more about who exactly Luigi Mangione is. On the surface, a well-off private school educated young man, Ivy League graduate, he worked as a data engineer. All in all, he had a bright future. But 5 days ago, it took a dark turn.
Wait. Hold on. Did you show a photo of yourself shirtless hiking?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I just want to get some good pictures of me out there in case I'm ever in the news for murder.
But wait, You're gonna murder somebody?
No, I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, all right? But hey, if it happens someday, I want to do the responsible thing and have some thirst traps ready for CNN, all right? So just let me do my report.
Okay, all right, fine, go ahead.
Anyway, the killer's motivations remain a mystery. What we do know is that in America, with such easy access to weapons and one where passions run high, a tragedy is just moments away and can have consequences that last forever.
Ronnie, what the hell is this, Ronnie? What is this?
No, that's just the Ken Burns effect, okay? It helps make still images more dynamic.
Ronnie, come on, man. The news isn't going to show pictures of your dog busting out of your Speedo.
Yeah, they will. That's how hotness works, Michael. I mean, just look at Jesus, okay? Will we still be talking about him today if he looked like Rudy Giuliani? I don't think so. I mean, the fact is, America is obsessed with image. And images in our society dictate public opinion. And while we wait to hear about the suspect's motive, people are mentioning its history of
this. Why am I in that photo? Why am I 400 pounds? Why am I covered in chili? This sucks.
Look, hey, Michael, it's not personal, okay? It's just a comparison. It just makes me look harder, okay? But like I was saying, there was a manifesto, and Mangione does seem to have a serious problem with that.
Ronnie, dude.
What?
Why do I mean, what? Ronnie! Why do I have a thought bubble that says I pee sitting down? And you're not even in that photo. This sucks.
Yeah, of course I'm not in the photo. Why would I associate myself with a loser who pees sitting down?
Get out of here, Ronnie. Ronnie Chang, everyone. When we come back, we'll find out who won award season.
From America's greatest award show.
It's award season in Hollywood, so let's get all the latest in another edition of Who Won It Best.
Welcome to Who Won It Best, where the only thing better than an award show is talking about an award show. And tonight we're covering all the glitz and glam and hot goss from America's greatest award show.
Welcome to Fox Nation and the 6th Annual Patriot Awards.
That's right, the Fox Nation Patriot Awards, the very real award show where Fox honors the patriots brave enough to share a room with Jesse Waters.
It's like the Oscars for people who want to firebomb the Oscars. And who better to lead it than the master race of ceremonies himself, Sean Hannity?
A little bit of a wardrobe change, if you haven't noticed. As long as I'm going to be called garbage, I might as well wear the garbage vest, right?
Oh man, my ribs still hurt from laughing. Also, Pete Hegseth punched me in the stomach.
He's so fun, isn't he? He's so fun.
Yeah. And as you can probably guess, the world's biggest stars came out for the Fox Nation Patriot Awards. Everyone from Kirk Cameron, Lee Greenwood.
Then there was the biggest celebrity surprise of all.
Now, I want you guys to stay right here because we have a special surprise for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Patriot Mobile, Glenn Story.
Yes, Glenn Story.
We're America's only Christian conservative cell phone service provider.
Story! Yes, that's it. So great. So great. Can you believe they got Glenn Story on Patriot Mobile?
No!
Oh my God!
Chills.
You know, some cell phone companies have 5G. Patriot Mobile has 1G. God.
But let's get to the winners. One of them was an actor and former actor, Kirk Cameron. He won a Patriot Award for his conservative children's books, like this one about a f***able zoo animal.
Police reported it. Who is his trainer?
Hey, I want his number. Let's take a listen to his inspiring acceptance speech.
There's such a wind of hope and optimism in the air, and people can smell the fragrance of freedom.
The fragrance of freedom. Sweetie, you're at an event with Fox News anchors. That's just chloroform.
Speaking of being knocked out, look at that trophy. Let's learn more about the exquisite design of the Patriot Award.
This year's award has a commemorative stripe in the middle of it. It's made of steel recovered from 9/11. And the World Trade Center towers house that, and now it's part of this medal.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful 9/11 steel. Sir, a second Patriot Award has just hit your trophy case.
Troy, I didn't realize 9/11 steel was available for purchase.
Oh, definitely. When I got my Invisalign, I had my orthodontist use 9/11 steel on the retainer.
Oh, do you wear it at night?
I never forget.
I never forget. Oh,
The big question was, who would win the Patriot of the Year? The night's most coveted award. A 3-star general, a courageous police officer, the hop to a girl. No, Donald Trump. Obviously going to be Donald Trump.
And get this, his acceptance speech was 12 minutes long. Impressive.
Wow.
Eat shit, Halle Berry.
This is quite a group. I have so many friends sitting there of incredible people at Fox. You have incredible people at every level of Fox. No day off, no play, no golf, no nothing. I spoke with Canada, and Justin came flying right in over. Well, that chart showed we had the best immigration, the lowest number of people, and make America great again.
The band simply won't play him off because he is too captivating. Also, he'll sick the FBI on their families. Isn't that fun?
It's so fun.
So fun. By the way, Troy, did you get your fabulous Patriot Award swag bag?
Yes, I did. It's a bottle of surplus InfoWars prostate support. Yum.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have a prostate right now.
It's so fun.
I bet it is. Anyway, those are all the highlights from the 2024 Fox Nation Patriot Awards. I can't wait to see what they have in store next year.
How are they going to top Glenn's story from Patriot Mobile?
They won't.
New queens are making a splash on MTV.
story tonight. The chairman, not the alderman, not the assistant secretary, the chairman of the Wisconsin Democratic Party. Only at the Daily Show does that get a big round of applause. Really. Wisconsin Democratic Party. Ben Wickler is going to be joining us to discuss the future of the National Democratic Party. Specifically, is there going to be one? But first, ladies and gentlemen, we can often get cynical about the state of things in the world, following a cycle of despair, as though the horrors and deprivations of our modern world can never be overturned or undone. But then at our lowest, we get images like these from this weekend. A moment in time of pure, unalloyed joy. The delirious, almost uncomprehending excitement for a people celebrating a suddenly bright and hopeful new future. Yes, even the people of Syria are celebrating the New York Mets signing Juan Soto. Chanting. You heard them in the streets chanting. I can only assume we're going to the series. I kid, of course. Those images were jubilant Syrians celebrating the end of the 50-year rule of the murderous, despotic Assad family, a result that would have seemed incomprehensible even 2 weeks ago. And you know what's the real deal? Because they sealed it with the universal symbol of fallen dictatorships, the traditional toppling of the statues. They pulled them down with rope. They toppled the horse one. They knocked over the one where Assad signaled field goal. They even paraded Assad's head through the streets like a decapitated Charlie Brown in the Macy's Day Parade. And if I may, a quick word to the many remaining despots in the Middle East. It is my deepest hope that when you see this footage, you realize once and for all that you are really skimping on statue structural integrity. Because when you are overthrown, and you will be, they're just going through these statues like it's tissue paper. I mean, this one here, look at this one here. Guy just punches it over with one hand. It's all there. Boom, it's just one guy. This statue is a symbol of my eternal power and iron-fisted. Oh no, don't touch it. It's just clay and pressed wood shavings. Father always told me if it's worth putting up a symbol of autocracy, it's worth doing it right. And all the dictators could have made it fun for people by filling the statues with candy or something. Assad's former subjects are still finding a way to have fun with the toppled totems. It's like their new public transport system. Some kind of Syrian version of a Club Med banana boat. By the way, I don't speak Arabic, but I'm pretty sure that what they were chanting there is mustache rides 5 cents. Oh, I know that fella there is feeling the sweet taint of freedom. But while statue Assad is being teabagged in the streets, actual Assad has left the building.
Assad fleeing with his family to Russia, where he had been granted asylum on humanitarian grounds.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, Putin has given Assad humanitarian asylum and then immediately sent him to go fight in Ukraine. They're very short-handed. But obviously it's a great decision by Assad. I think no leader can go wrong in their exile choice by posing one simple question to themselves. What would Steven Seagal do? But if Assad is in Russia, you know what that means. Nobody's home at the palace. It's open house, people! The estate sale begins! Crowds are pillaging the palace. They are sitting in his chairs. They are taking pictures in his chair. They are stealing more chairs. Was there some kind of terrible seating problem in this country?
I'd encourage it to go past that truck there. Just tap the accelerator a little bit.
People are coming out like, don't bother going in, the good chairs.
Mild intervention.
All that's left is money, jewelry, and antiquities. In fact, I want to show you real quick my favorite moment from the looting of Assad's palace. A gentleman in the palatial room, frustrated that this chair is not reclining. Are there no depths to Assad's depravity? Where are the cup holders? And obviously this is surprising because in that part of the world you'd think there'd be an abundance of at least ottomans. Empire of them. What was startling to me is how quickly the whole thing unfolded. I mean, how long did it take to overthrow the Assad regime?
The regime overthrown by rebel fighters in just 11 days.
Mm-hmm.